Let's bring in the organizer, Matt Schlapp. Good to have him on Primetime. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Chris.
So, Matt, we've talked about this before, but I didn't expect it to be this big at CPAC. What is the thinking on going so strong at the idea that the election was a fraud? I mean, not even your own elected officials in Congress agree with you.
Well, Chris, I think it's very clear that in the states I was in after the election, including the state of Nevada and the state of Georgia, they did not check the signatures on mailed-in ballots, contrary to the law, and that should never happen in this country again. Matter of fact, they saw some wrongdoing in New York City in their elections as well. And there's fraud in every election since the beginning of time, including in America. And we ought to all agree, Democrats and Republicans, that nobody should vote who's not legally allowed to vote. And unfortunately, in the last presidential election, because they didn't check those signatures, we had massive amounts of fraud. These are facts, and they're undisputable.
No, it is not a fact that there were large amounts of fraud. You had me right up until there. You've got people
chanting.
Did they
check the signatures? Did they check? But let me just push back on this. Did they check the signatures on mailed-in ballots in the state of Georgia, which the Secretary of State said he would not check those and verify those signatures? And did they check the signatures in Clark County, the largest county in Nevada? Did they check them? They did not, and contrary to the law in Nevada. Now, you can
Matt,
say it wasn't enough votes to change the outcome, but you can't say I'm not wrong.
Hold on. Here's how you are wrong. And I think you know this. My real question is going to come next, which is why you're doing this. But just to engage in this little bit of palaver for a second.
Why am I on your show? Because you asked me, and I'm happy to be on.
Appreciate it. I invited you because you're very relevant on the right side of the aisle. CPAC used to be the place where you would see where the head and the heart of the party were. And I can't believe they're going to be wrapped around a lie. To say there was fraud doesn't mean, even if you were right, okay, on your own assertion, you didn't check all the boxes of what you were supposed to do. I'm not saying you're right, and no court has said you were right, and all of the suggestions that you would prove this over time have never been met. But even if that's the case, that's not fraud. And it doesn't mean that the election was stolen, and yet you have people at CPAC chanting, Trump won, the election was rigged. Do you really believe that Trump won?
I believe that what we should do in America is follow the rules on voting. And what the Secretary of State did in the state of Georgia, and he's a Republican, not my kind of Republican, but he signed an illegal consent decree to not check and verify the signatures of people who voted by the mail. As you know, because of the coronavirus,
but you don't know that
we
there
had
was
historic
fraud,
levels
Matt.
of mailed-in voting.
But you don't know
yes, I
that
do,
even
because now you're using the word fraud.
No, you're using the word fraud.
I might
and
just use
CPAC
the word illegal.
is using the word fraud. Not me. I'm using the word
you're using.
Let me use
the words. I'm speaking. Why don't you let me use words? What I'm trying to tell you is that if you don't verify the signatures on mailed-in ballots, especially when you had, in some cases, double the number of mailed-in ballots, you are inviting fraud, and those ballots could be illegal votes. And that's why we verify voting in this country. When Democrats run against Democrats, most recently in the city of New York City, they realized that they should verify each ballot. They found a lot of illegal ballots.
The Republicans
who
ran the election in Georgia say they did it the right way. It was reviewed by courts, and
Chris,
it was held to stand, and they certified it. Of course I'm not wrong. You just don't like how it went.
Let me just start.
But hold on. Again, Matt.
Let me get you to I will agree that the Republicans in Georgia screwed up and they did a bad job with the election.
That's not what I'm suggesting.
Can you agree with me?
I'm suggesting that they ran the election and they certified.
Should we follow the law in voting?
Of course,
everybody should
follow the law
acidiously.
You just don't have any proof that the law wasn't followed. So here's my big question.
I have all the proof you need. Ask me any question you want. I have all the proof you need.
I'm sure you're going to have answers.
Please ask me the questions.
I'm sure you're going to have answers. I just don't think that you have proof.
In fact.
They're not facts. Facts are things that are established. I'm not sugarcoating anything.
Did they check the votes? Did they check the signatures on the mailed-in ballots in Clark County and in Georgia?
Every official that was involved said they followed the procedures according to law. Every one of them said it, and it was reviewed by a court. and
in
they
Clark
found
County,
that it was viable.
I'm going to say this over and over again.
I know, but I'm
in
not going to
Clark
let you,
County,
because here's why.
According even to a Democrat-run state, you had to check the signatures
Look, Matt,
on
what
all
I'm
the
saying
mail-in
is
ballots.
you are using
and
that
and in
argument.
Clark County, they did not. Why?
You're
why
using
can't
it as a
you
proxy, because
acknowledge the
here's
fact
why.
that
Here's
they
why.
didn't check the signatures?
Matt, here's why. I don't understand
Yes, sir.
why you are banking your conservative platform on this. You really believe
You're
that
just
the
asking me
way
questions.
to
I'm giving
win
you
the
answers.
midterms and maybe the
No.
next presidency is by
No.
trying to create misgivings about the
No.
democracy?
No, I'm
That's
not.
all you're talking
I'm just
about.
answering your questions, Chris. Now no, you asked all the questions. Now let's stop. What is CPAC about this year? It's about uncanceling America. It's about opening up schools. It's about opening up churches. It's about telling the federal government you don't have the right to intervene on these questions. It's about on social media, conservative voices should be accepted just as liberal voices are accepted. We have a national media that treats conservatives with disdain, but social media platforms that had this idea that all of us would have a voice, we should have that voice.
You
That
don't
is
have
where
the voice on
conservatives
social
are.
media?
You can talk about this election. Chris, you can talk about this election all you want, and you're on unsolid ground. I'll answer any question you have.
On solid
but what
ground. You don't
conservatives
have
are
a
focused
single
on
decision.
is their
You don't
agenda.
have a single state official on your side, and they're from your party. Look, let's put that to the side,
you're so
okay?
wrong.
Just put it to the side. Do yourself a favor.
I respect
what I'm
you,
saying
but you
is,
are so wrong. You
Okay.
have not won on one substantive case. Give me a substantive
you never get to
argument
substance.
as to why it was okay
you never
to
get to
not
a
check the
substantive case because
signatures
you
on
never.
mailed-in ballots.
Hold on, Matt. You guys never got. You guys never. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Get out of my ear. You guys never get to the point of having any type of judge get to review it because there is never the basis for a claim
right.
upon which they can
Did
make
you
a
not
determination. And you guys have used this to your advantage. But
Did you
here,
read
my question is
Justice
bigger than this. It's much
Scalia's-
bigger than this.
Did you read Justice Scalito's? Did you read Justice Scalito and what he said?
Alito.
Excuse me, Justice Alito.
I know,
and
but I
what
know
he
why you'd
said
want to combine
about
the two
the
because he's
election?
trying to be
Did
like
you not?
Scalia, even though he's Alito. I'll give you that.
Because I love
and they
Scalia.
are both
I love
Italian.
Scalia. It's on my mind. I love him.
Listen,
I love him.
may he
There's
rest in
nothing wrong
peace.
with being Italian.
What
And
I'm saying
here's
is
the
this.
thing. Chris,
I'm asking a
Chris, let
different
me
question.
talk just for a minute, okay? Because it's
You've
your
been
show.
talking a lot,
it's
Matt,
your
to
show,
be
but
honest.
let me just talk for
but
a
go
minute.
ahead.
Well, that's what being a guest is. You get to talk. But my
It's
only
a
point
conversation.
is this,
Two
which
people
is
talking a conversation.
You guys,
go ahead.
fair enough, and I respect the fact that you have me on. But my
ahead, go
point
ahead.
to you is the following, which is don't act like there's not a legitimate claim when you have an election that's one we've never had before with all these mailed-in ballots. Don't act like it's outrageous for Republicans and conservatives and people who like Trump to be really question this case of why didn't we vote the same way we voted in 2016, where everyone who voted by mail, you had to verify that you were a legal voter.
Matt, I'm
in
just telling you,
2020,
I
we
hear
simply
your
didn't
point.
do
You've
that
made
in
it a
this
lot
city,
of time.
in these cities.
Here's the problem.
But we should do that. Do you agree? We should do that.
Of course, you should follow the rules. What I'm saying is you are creating a boogeyman. You know and I know that Georgia looked at 10,000 ballots. They found 10 signatures that didn't match, and then they later found out that they were okay. The facts aren't in your favor. What I don't get
That's not
is
true.
why are you
Chris, you're
making
not
a
right.
case
Chris,
to the American
Chris,
people
stop.
that you know is
Chris,
based
stop.
on a lie? Why are you making CPAC
didn't
about the
have-
big lie and not all the other things you could argue?
CPAC, the title and the theme of CPAC is America Uncanceled.
Well, what are you canceling?
And
The
what
truth?
we're trying to do with
As
these
an
CPAC
alternative?
conferences is trying to, it's a nice little slight. Now let me talk. The whole idea with CPAC is this idea that the federal government came in and said, because of the pandemic, that we couldn't have churches open. We couldn't have schools open. Half of this country is outraged over the fact that our kids have fallen behind because the federal government said you couldn't open up. Then on social media, all of us get canceled. You don't get canceled.
You know
probably
it was
never get
state by
canceled.
state.
The rest
by
of us
the way,
get canceled
right?
all the time.
You know it was state by state, right? You know each
On
of these
what?
governors made their own determinations, right? Why are you making the government
no, I
a
don't think
boogeyman?
that's right. I think
Why are you attacking institutions?
that's
I thought
right,
you guys
because-
were about bolstering the institutions.
Why am I attacking the federal government, which told kids
They
that
didn't
it was
tell
unsafe
anybody
to go to
anything.
school,
They
which
should have told
partnered-
kids.
Which
Your-
partnered with
the president
teachers
at the time
unions,
from your
which
party
partnered
said,
with the
"Let the
teachers
states
u-
do it. You'll get no
which
oversight.
partnered with
You'll get
teachers
no
unions,
guidance."
Which made it which made it sound like it would be unhealthy and unsafe for kids to go to school, which actually said that it would make people sick to go to church, where the governor, Republican governor of Maryland, said it would be a super spreader if we had a CPAC in Maryland. So you know what we did? We went to Florida,
Church
and we went
gatherings
to Texas. This nation
did
is very
become
divided.
super spreader events. They still do. You just had a camp where the kids went to camp, and they had 125
you are
cases after it.
advocating.
It's not anti-religion.
But you're advocating for an abridgment of the First Amendment because you were scared about a virus. We have the right to make those choices about how we practice our religion ourselves. It doesn't.
It was state by
no
state.
State can abridge. No state
But
can
why are you
abridge
saying
my
the
First
federal
Amendment
government?
rights.
It was
just as
state
the
by
federal
state.
government cannot abridge them.
But why are you saying the federal government? They had
Chris,
nothing to do with it.
It doesn't matter the level of government. Your
Their
constitutional
Republican
rights,
governors
the
made the same determination.
Let me explain this to you one more time.
Sure.
You don't feel canceled because you never are. We feel canceled because we constantly are. Now, you've broken the model because you've had me on CNN. People like me don't get on CNN anymore.
Matt,
and I
you're
applaud
always
you for
welcome
having
here
me
to make
on.
the case
but
because I want to understand.
No, that's not true. It's not true. I'm not welcome at CNN, and you know that.
Where are you right now? What do you think
CNN
CNN is?
CNN.
The Cuomo News Network? You're on CNN right now, brother.
I'm trying to give you a compliment. You're the only one who will have me
Don't
on
do that.
periodically.
Listen, Matt, I got to jump. You're always welcome to make the case. You're always going to. I'm always going to welcome you to make the case.
But you're never canceled. Have you ever been canceled in your whole life on social media or national media? Have you ever been canceled?
Yes, I have.
You don't know what
Matt,
it's like.
I have people coming after me from the left and the right 24/7. It is a dog-eat-dog world, and I have milk-bone underwear on. Okay?
No.
But listen, you're always welcome here to make the case.
I don't know what that means, but
it's from Cheers.
I don't know
Norm
what the
said
underwear
it.
thing means,
Look it up. You'll like it and you'll use it.
On.
I got to jump. Matt Schlapp, thank you for making the case. All right? I appreciate
If
you
I
doing
said
so.
that, I would have gotten canceled.
If you quoted anything correctly, I'd give you credit. I'll tell you that right now. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, that's not too nice.
I'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.